Good morning. Thanks for coming. You are the people that are going to make this work. You should be very proud of the accomplishment and the dedication you have for coming here on a weekday to Indianapolis. I know some of you started your day very early this morning in order to get here. Not fighting the weather is bad enough. You mix that in, it makes it even worse. So thanks a lot. You deserve a pat on the back and a lot of credit. We will certainly make this work. I wish we had about 500 people here today. That makes a very strong statement over the Statehouse. But I can pretty much tell you right now that by the end of the day, they will talk about the 500 bikers that were there today. It's amazing what a few leather jackets will do to the Statehouse. The number exaggerates every time they talk about it. So this is a respectable size group. We'll make this work. Speaking of respect, we want to make sure that we do this the right way. Be respectful, be polite. Doesn't mean that you got to stand up straight, or anything. Just don't be rude. The staff at the Statehouse always remarks about how good our people are. They say when the bikers come in, we never have any problem with them. They're respectful. They help us out. They're really good folks. We love it when they come in. They don't have such nice things to say about the teachers union, about the Indiana State Medical Association, about the trial lawyers. They don't like them when they come in. They're snobby, they're rude, they're arrogant, and they're just not very pleasant. They like us, and we like that. It helps us. Some of the most important people in that building over there are the doorkeepers. They are the key to getting where and when you need to. Staff is very important. So if you're talking to a staff member today, an aide, a legislative aide, don't think that that's a bad thing. They advise these folks, especially in what they call a part-time legislature, volunteer general assembly like this. We don't meet all year long. These people have regular jobs. They come back to your district where you all live, and they work at the bank, or they're a farmer, or whatever they do all week long. So they count on staff and other folks to advise them of what's going on. They also need to hear from constituents like us what's important to us. That's what we're going to do today. Like I said, use a little common sense over there. That's all we ask for. We don't want to change you. You are who you are, and that's what we count on. We want you to be who you are. We want them to know that the motorcyclists are in the house today. Just be respectful. Again, I'm preaching to the choir. You guys know that, and we appreciate that. How many people have never been here before? This is their first time to ABATE. Wow, great, great. Thank you. Yeah. So this is always dangerous, but I assume the rest of you have been here before. The buddy system works pretty good. It's a big building. It's pretty friendly, but it takes a little getting used to, especially the first time you're here. Ordinarily, we would have, well, for the last 3 or 4 years anyway, we've had this at the Statehouse in the atrium, either the north or the south atrium, which is just either direction of the rotunda. This year being the short session, which means there's only 30 session days, and they are supposed to be done by March 15th. Popular rumor is they're going to be done by the end of February, so they're going to fast track everything going through in this short session. The Indiana General Assembly is actually a 2-year session, so when they're elected, and we're going into an election this November, 2010, every member of the Indiana House of Representatives, as well as the U.S. Congress, is up for election. So that whole chamber could turn over. Everybody's up for election. Next year, when they come back in November for Organization Day, and then in January of 2011 when they start the session, that'll be the start of the 2-year session. Years ago, they used to only meet that time, and then next year, they wouldn't meet. Well, they put together the short session, which we're in right now, 30 days, has to be done by March 15th, to address emergency issues that couldn't wait. They thought, there are times when we get done in April, and we don't come back for a year and a half, almost 2 years. A lot of things can happen. We need to do something about that. So that's why they created the short session. It's supposed to be for, like I said, emergency type stuff. But if you look at some of the crazy bills that have been introduced, they don't appear to be emergent. There are fewer bills introduced typically in the short session. We're about 1,000 bills, I think, right now, which is, general session is probably about 1,500 or so. But it's a lot harder to get something done in the short session because of the time constraints and because they don't want to be bogged down by things that aren't deemed emergent or critical. The other reason it's hard to get stuff done in the short session, what did I say happens in November? Yeah, so they don't want to do anything controversial that screws up their chances of getting reelected back home. So everybody's just sort of on autopilot coasting through, typically in the short session. Those of you that have been active and involved politically in the organization through the legislative activity that we do probably remember what we were able to do 2 years ago in the short session. Pretty remarkable task, almost miraculous. Like I said, you don't get much done in the short session. And we accomplished a great deal in getting that $10 spinal cord and brain injury trust fund tax repealed, or broadened actually. We got it taken off our back and spread across to everybody. That was quite an accomplishment. It's due to activities like this, where we have people come out, make sure that they know we're paying attention. We will get a lot more respect and a lot more ears if we do things the right way. Like I said, I know I'm preaching to the choir and you guys get this, but there was a time when going to the Statehouse and pissing in a helmet on the steps was the way we got attention. And it worked. And in its day, that was the proper tactic for us to use. We've grown a little past that now. I don't know if anybody brought a helmet to piss in today or not.
I got one.
You got one? I've picked somebody would. Always got one. Try to make sure that we get our point across in the right way, because otherwise you get written off as a crackpot. Like I said, you all are individuals. We aren't going to tell you what to do or how to do it, and we don't want to change you. We are glad that our people live on the edge. You know, we are a bit rebellious. We are nonconformist. We speak our mind. We're passionate about what we believe in, and that's why we've been so successful. So keep that fire in the belly. Just be conscious of what you're saying and how you're saying it. To that end, when we get over there, how many of you all have made appointments with your legislators? Many of you? A few of you? It's nice when you can do that. That way you've got an actual set time, they know you're coming, and there's no excuse not to meet up. It's pretty much a guarantee. If you didn't do that or couldn't do that, it's not a big deal. Again, it's a pretty small building. It's pretty friendly in that their offices are in one area typically, and the House or the Senate floor are in another. And if you stand between the two, you'll catch almost everybody. Hanging out by the elevators, especially on the House side, is a real good way to catch people. They come up the elevator and go over to the House floor, catch them while they're walking, and talk with them if you don't have an appointment or can't get them in their office. Try to check in with the receptionist to see if you can actually get an appointment. Say, hey, you know, I want to see Senator so-and-so, I'm a constituent, are they available? And they'll let you know, or they'll try to make it work out. And they'll say they're in committee, or they don't know where they're at, or they're not available right now. Just hang out and continue to look for them. If you don't know what they look like, try to pal up again with somebody that's been here before. They may be able to help you. We've got a number of these posters up here that have a picture of each of the legislators on them. Mike, Gary Williams, myself, Mike Seiler. You got your guide? No, you dumbass. Yeah. Williams has his, I hope, because he's a dumbass too. Mine is over here. We've got these legislative guides that are very helpful. Give us a lot of